Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RFW, and we start today's episode with a brutal beatdown of Ilya Dragunov backstage by the Undisputed Era. Roderick Strong putting in the work on Ilya Dragunov right now, and Alabama slam onto the concrete. Kyle O'Reilly is off on the side, making sure that no one stops this beatdown. They have been given orders by, one can only assume, Adam Cole, to do the damage to Ilya Dragunov. And Kyle O'Reilly with the chop. I mean, look at these two men. Absolutely bullying Ilya Dragunov. Ilya with the dodge though. But Ilya cannot keep up with these two veterans of the wrestling scene. And Ilya just getting torn apart. This is not fun to watch for anyone. Ilya is getting thrown across the room backstage. And now Roderick Strong with a suplex to the concrete. That is going to destroy Ilya's neck. Roderick went for the trash can, didn't like it. Kyle O'Reilly still watching out. But it looks like Roderick Strong might need some help. Kyle O'Reilly coming up behind Ilya. Just before Ilya can get a hit on Roderick Strong. Kyle O'Reilly mangles the arm of Ilya Dragunov. Really making sure that he is injured tonight. And Kyle O'Reilly thrown against the wall. Ilya looks like he might be able to have a little comeback here. And a clothesline. Kyle O'Reilly now needs to sub in while Roderick gets his memory back, figures out what's happening, and Kyle O'Reilly just laying into Ilya. Kyle O'Reilly mangling the arm again, just doing whatever he can to dismember the arm, but Ilya is able to get out of it. Ilya throws him into the car park, but Roderick Strong able to stop it before any more damage is done. Ilya trying to get out of it again. You have to respect how well Ilya is handling this situation. And a suplex by Ilya. Again, Roderick going for the arm. They want to make sure Ilya is in no position to fight tonight or at Survivor Series this weekend. Kyle O'Reilly gets out.
Hello?
And Kyle O'Reilly throws, and the shovel from Roderick Strong. Roderick just laying in the damage with the shovel. And now Roderick Strong trying to go for the punch, but a chop by Ilya into another suplex. And another one. And another one. 3 suplexes to Roderick Strong. Roderick has been doing a lot of the work so far. Kyle O'Reilly looks like he might be going to get something off of the top floor. We don't know what yet. And Ilya! That could be Roderick Strong out. Kyle O'Reilly teasing Ilya. Ducks the first punch. No good. Kyle O'Reilly with a knee. And Ilya is just taking all of the damage. And Ilya thrown off. Holy shit. Now Kyle O'Reilly looking where he might want to take him. Throws him to the floor. I mean, this is just This is disappointing to see from the two men. Kyle O'Reilly giving him the three-piece combo from KFC. Roderick Strong throwing him towards the tables, potentially. And this is just upsetting to see. Kyle O'Reilly laying in the damage with the traffic cone. Ilya can do whatever he wants, but I think it's going to be pretty hard to defeat these two men. Roderick throws the chair. Ilya trying to fight back against the two. Takes Roderick Strong out. Tries to take Kyle O'Reilly out, but Kyle O'Reilly hits a discus forearm. Picks up Ilya. Ilya tries to get out with the elbow, but Roderick Strong with the baseball bat. Holy shit. Ilya nearly falls off again, but Kyle O'Reilly with the boot will send him over. These men are despicable. Kyle O'Reilly, frog splash, no good. Ilya rolls out, tries to go for the clothesline, no good. Roderick Strong gets him. Look at the backbreaker! Roderick Strong showing why he is the enforcer with the drop kick. And Ilya looks fucking dead. But we have to cut to the ring where MJF is coming out to talk about the main event from last week, CM Punk vs Drew McIntyre. He came in and ruined the match. We'll have to hear what he has to say about Drew McIntyre and the man he's faced before, CM Punk. He says he's here for the title. He will do whatever he can to win it. If that means disrupting Punk, disrupting McIntyre. And look who comes out. Say his name and he appears. CM Punk. Punk is angry at MJF. He wanted the match last week. He wanted it to be no competition. He's offering up a challenge. If he can beat Drew McIntyre tonight, right now, MJF gets a chance at CM Punk at Survivor Series. And MJF accepts our opening match. MJF, Drew McIntyre, a huge opening match. And Drew just lays MJF out. He's clearly not happy about what transpired last week in the main event. Drew McIntyre wanted his championship match, and he has not been able to get it. All because of that man and the neck breaker. The jumping neck breaker, I should say. And now Drew just laying in the damage. This has been, out of the 3 episodes we've done, this is definitely the most ferocious start to an episode we've seen so far. We have a great show planned for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Toni Storm will be main eventing her open challenge against a competitor that we will find out during the main event. The Ops have a tag match ahead of their championship tag match against Sammy and Kevin at Survivor Series. And after this, we have a special mixed tag team match, which should be amazing to watch. And Drew McIntyre shouldn't have been celebrating as MJF. Drew McIntyre kicks him off onto the sledgehammer. MJF with the kip up though. And then the slam onto the sledgehammer and the pin on top. Triple H would be loving this right now. And Drew McIntyre just making sure MJF does not stand in his way, and he's begging for MJF to get up. On top of the sledgehammer again. Onto the rope. Grabs the sledgehammer and lays it into the abdomen of MJF. MJF able to dodge it though, but the neck breaker. Now MJF with the kicks. No good though. With a knee. And then MJF with a modified phenomenal forearm, it looked like, off the top rope though. And now the kicks to the chest of McIntyre. And what a knee. On top of the sledgehammer again. The sledgehammer is getting so much action in this match. And Drew able to reverse whatever MJF was about to do. Drew able to pick up MJF for a white noise. A la Sheamus. One of his best mates. And now Drew going to the top rope with a lovely little, maybe a lariat it looked like. I'm not too sure what that was. But again with the sledgehammer. Drew goes for the chop, no good. But he goes for the future shock. No good. MJF able to turn it into an arm drag. But Drew McIntyre rolls MJF over into the submissive position. And Drew might be looking for a claymore. I've accidentally left the wrestler's health bars on, so we can very clearly see that Drew McIntyre has his finisher. MJF though might be able to reverse it, and he does. Reverses it from Drew McIntyre. Drew rolls out, another reversal. MJF puts him in an armbar. Rope break, and look who has come out to get his revenge. CM Punk does what MJF did. Wait until he's in a good position. Drew is down. CM Punk gets him up for the go to sleep. MJF rolls off the back. Goes around for an armbar. A tilt-a-whirl. Gets him in the armbar. CM Punk gets out of it. And CM Punk rolls out of the ring while MJF continues to lay it in to Drew McIntyre. And MJF the knees to the back. A beautiful moonsault by MJF. I don't know if I've ever seen him do that. And MJF looks like he might be adding to the weaponry in the match with a baseball bat to the back of Drew McIntyre. The back of Drew McIntyre? Why not? Goes for the pin. No good. Drew McIntyre kicks out. Ladies and gentlemen, Survivor Series is this weekend. It will be live on this YouTube channel after Survivor Series has finished on Netflix. It's going to be a big night. The Trios tournament is planned. The 4 teams are ready. The matchups will be announced at the end. MJF gets thrown into the referee, but does not matter for MJF. The Trios tournament is set up. 2 Trios matches. 4 teams total. The 2 winning teams will go into War Games to become the #1 contender. And Drew McIntyre with a claymore. Could this be it? And MJF is able to kick out. Some big matches ahead at Survivor Series. It'll be a 9-match card. We will be up our arse with 5-star Dave Meltzer matches. Big boot by Drew McIntyre. And then the baseball bat. Drew McIntyre is not happy. Drew McIntyre came to RFW for a change of scene. He wasn't happy with how he was going in WWE with all the interruptions to his championship matches that he should have won. And now look at this. Now he is losing again at a title for the World Championship. MJF picks up Drew. Tried to send him into the stairs. Drew was able to get over it. MJF limping a little. Is able to get on top of Drew McIntyre and start laying in the punches. Wearing him out on the outside of the ring. The referee will have to start a count. Brainbuster by MJF. Brainbuster on the outside of the ring. And MJF looking for the pedigree. And a pedigree to Drew McIntyre on the outside of the ring. Referee's at 6. 6-7. MJF getting Kendo out of the ring. MJF might get timed out. Laying it in to Drew McIntyre. MJF rolls back in. 9 seconds left. Does MJ win this? MJF with a timeout wins the match. What does this mean for Survivor Series? We will find out at the end of the show. Please stay tuned for the next match. A mixed tag team match. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back to RFW, Real Fucking Wrestling. And you wouldn't believe it, who I consider the greatest wrestler alive currently, next to Kevin Owens.
Introducing first, from England, weighing in at 231 pounds, Will Q Spirit.
Dun 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 dun. Ospreay! What a wrestler! What a wrestler, man. Holy shit, I love this guy so much. I don't think I've ever seen a Will Ospreay match that I've given under 4.5. This guy is it. Did a little Wade Barrett there. Boom, 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 boom. I went to Perth to see John Cena's last match, obviously. And legit the best part of the night every single time was watching Wade Barrett and Michael Cole come out. The amount of people in the crowd that also, when Wade Barrett did the boom, 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 the amount of people that did it with him is fucking sick. Same with Michael Cole. Michael Cole got a standing ovation one night. What a guy. That little whistle though. What a great theme song. I'd love to hear it at WrestleMania again. And who is his tag partner in the mixed tag match? From AEW, Chris Statlander.
Long Island, New York, Chris Statlander.
Who will they be versing? What? I was going to say a power couple, but they're not dating. This really should be Alex Windsor instead of Chris Statlander, but to be quite honest, I've already got enough fucking people. I'm having enough trouble trying to fit all the people in this show. Now, I don't know how Tony Khan does it. Triple H definitely doesn't fucking do it. They got a whole fucking Senate worth of people sitting in catering in WWE. Who are they versing? A dream match, some people would say. Him and Will Ospreay would certainly put on a banger. We can only assume who his partner will be. But I would say it's pretty fucking obvious who his female partner would be. And listen to the crowd. We had a great, when we were in Perth, there was a chant.
And from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 200.
Shout out Davenport, Iowa. When we were in Perth, we had a chant. Hang on, let me put the microphone down so I can do it. Hang on. It was like this. Seth is a wanker. Seth is a wanker. And then, fucking, who was it? Wade Barrett. Cody Rhodes threw Wade Barrett the mic and was like, I believe they are saying Seth is a wanker. What a commentator. One of the best in the game. I hope I'm doing him proud. The crowd loves Seth Rollins. There's no music. You can just hear the fucking pyro. Like fucking cannons going off. And who's his partner? Who else was it going to be? Maybe my favourite women's wrestler currently. And I would say the best women's wrestler right now. And it's not just me saying it. Everyone's saying it. Sport Illustrated saying it. Bleacher Report saying it. I'm saying it. Triple H is certainly fucking saying it.
And his partner from Dublin, Ireland,
I thought the commentator said Dublin, Iowa. And I was like, cunt, she's not from Iowa. With that accent, she's not from Iowa. And look at Becky. Look at the jacket. This is such an old render, by the way. This is WWE 2K25. I swear this is an outfit she wore in like 23. I believe she wore this during the cage match with Trish Stratus, I think. When Zoe Stark was involved. Shout out Zoe Stark. What an underrated talent. Rest up. Enjoy catering. Get the ACL better. Get back in the game. Great wrestler. Put her with a mouthpiece and she would be one of the greatest in-ring wrestlers. Women wrestlers, I think. And now we are starting the match. Seth and Ospreay. A dream match people have been waiting for. And Will Ospreay immediately sending Seth to the canvas. And Will Ospreay. Look at the speed. Seth's knees are fucked. How is he meant? I guess this is meant to be a dream match, but maybe a dream match when Seth was like 27, not now when his knees don't even work. I'm surprised he can jump, honestly. Like, that's gotta hurt. That has got to hurt his knee. But I mean, Will Ospreay has a lot of injuries as well. Just got neck surgery. Hopefully he's not out for too long. Literally, my two favourite wrestlers currently are Kevin Owens and Will Ospreay, and they're both out for a neck injury. That happened in the span of like a month or two apart from each other. Worst month or two in my wrestling, like since I've been a wrestling fan. Still no tags yet. This match is definitely not passing the Bechdel test. As Will Ospreay and Seth Rollins are just so angry at each other, they don't even give a fuck about their tag partners. Becky and Chris Statlander are just watching on the sidelines. Little Will Ospreay, though. Little Tutuo. And Seth wisely rolling out of the ring, but Will Ospreay just follows after him. And what a kick to the back of Seth Rollins. But Seth is able to get a bit of offense of his own. To the thigh of Will Ospreay. One of the things I do I look at them. Fucking great guy. If you're looking for a job, Domino's all the way to go. It's like 33 an hour. Fucking awesome. Anyway, the times that I gotta make this money, it will take like 2.5 hours. So I'll literally just put my phone up and watch. I'll watch a bunch. I'll watch like 4 or 5. And I'm slowly converting into Will Ospreay fans. I watched him. Will Ospreay, Takeshita. I can't remember Takeshita. You know what I'm talking about. Takeshita and Ricochet. Where was it? Full Gear? I want to say Full Gear, that triple threat. I remember a lot of people that I worked with were coming up and looking at it. Like random spots where I was watching and they were all like, holy shit, who is that guy? And I was like, that is the greatest wrestler alive. Pedigree on the outside though. Seth Rollins! There is a count. Could be the end of a count out. Sends him into the barriers? Yeah, the middle barriers, I guess. I don't know what they call them. Cool something. Now Seth going for the stomp. Beautiful stomp. And Will Ospreay kicks out at 2.95. The crowd chanting tag team wrestling when no one's been tagged in yet. Don't know if you could really call it tag team wrestling. Oh my god, Will Ospreay jumped out of the fucking ring by Seth Rollins. Holy shit. And Chris Statlander not doing anything to help Ospreay. The women are just here to watch. Will Ospreay played a little bit of leapfrog with Seth Rollins. Then a Spanish fly! Beautiful Spanish fly. Ospreay goes for the pin. Seth kicks out very fucking quickly. This is when you tap in Chris Statlander. But no, Will Ospreay's like, hang on, let me hit a quick brainbuster. Bro, tag him in! Tag him in! Someone! By the way, I double checked before this match started. Intergender wrestling is on. So there's no way that the game's just like, nah, not allowed. Oh my god! Seth! What a reversal! Went for the knee. No good though. Will Ospreay seen that knee from far too many different wrestlers. Bit more leapfrog. Could you see another Spanish fly maybe? No, but a pop-up powerbomb. Ospreay goes for two. Seth kicks out quickly. Seth has been kicking out quickly so far in this match. Even after all the damage Will Ospreay has made into him. Look at the arm bend on that. Doesn't matter for Seth Rollins who actually uses it as a weapon. Sends him into the referee. Rollins went for a super kick. No good. Ospreay caught it. But the little step up. Seth. Tag Becky in. Oh my god. What did I... This is just the singles match. Oh my god. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, next week is going to be Becky versus Chris Statlander.
Here are your winners. The team of...
Why is Becky celebrating? Becky did fuck all. Oh my god. Well, hopefully the next match is better, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay tuned. The next week we'll have Becky and Chris Statlander. Oh my god. We are back. Hopefully this match is a little better than the last one. I shouldn't say that. It was a great match. Not what I asked for though. I asked for a mixed tag match and it was a singles match. Raise your fists. Bam, bam. And one of the tag teams joining RFW.
Tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 420 pounds. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Absolute true journeymen are the Motor City Machine Guns. Your favorite tag team helped the likes of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa DIY, helping currently Axiom and Nathan Frazier and Fraxium. I mean, these guys, even the Young Bucks. Young Bucks versus Generation Me. What a match. Shout out Generation Me. Is that what it's called? Generation Me? What a shit name for a tag team. And here come the number one contenders, the Ops, who will be facing Sammy and Kevin at Survivor Series this
And their
weekend.
opponents at a combined weight of 565 pounds, the Samoan Joe and the Order.
It is Generation Me. What a shit fucking name. Generation Me. Look, maybe I need to catch up on my TNA, and maybe it's not that bad, but not a great name, I will say. And the crowd not loving the Ops. I can see this going one of two ways. Either Motor City can use their quickness and technical ability to outsmart Joe and Hobbs. But I think the more realistic situation is there's not a lot you can do against all of that muscle that is in the ring right now. It is going to be very hard for Motor City Machine Gun to do any notable damage on these two wrestlers. But we've seen underdog stories happen before. Chris Sabin starting it off against Samoa Joe. Two TNA legends. Two TNA X Division champions. You could put these two men on the TNA Mount Rushmore and there would be people that don't care. Chris Sabin, the lock-in automatically. Samoa Joe gets out of it quickly, though. And Chris Sabin already putting in a lot of damage. Samoa Joe sends him out of the ring. And now Samoa Joe just teases Chris Sabin. Samoa Joe takes it out into the ring. And Chris Sabin going to the top rope. Showing his speed in the drop kick. Chris Sabin wrapped around the fucking pole. And now Sabin making work of Joe's legs. If Joe can't stand, there's not much he can do with all of his strength. The leg is a very smart place to target. He picks up Samoa Joe, sends him across the arena. The count is getting up there. We're at 6. Samoa Joe slowly getting up. And look at a suicide dive by Chris Sabin. Holy shit. Almost went into the 3rd row. Oh my god. And the count starts again. Could we see another count out tonight after the opener against MJF and Drew McIntyre? We're up to 5. Samoa Joe walks back in. Little dazed though. Little dazed. Looks like Machine Gun Kelly. Motor City Machine Guns plan might be working. They send Samoa Joe out again. Could be getting a two-piece combo. Two-piece combo from KFC with extra gravy. And then Alex Shelley went for the swanton. Samoa Joe just did the fuck you. I'm rolling out of the way. Samoa Joe finally ready to put some offense in. But Alex Shelley says no. This is not your time. Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now. It's the franchise when I'm shining down. You can't see me. My time is now. Puts him in the corner again. Tags in Chris Sabin. Look at the strength of Alex Shelley. Been able to pick up Joe like that and keep him up there. Chris Sabin looking to do a little bit more damage, but Joe gets the tag on Hobbs. Sabin tried to go for the drop kick, but no good. Hobbs flings Shelley against the ropes, and look at the elbow. Just laying it into Chris Sabin. And Powerhouse Hobbs really showing how he got the name. Just an absolute machine in the ring. And look at this! You would not see a man of that stature go to the top rope and drop an elbow. And Alex Shelley went to go in to help. Chris Sabin didn't need it though, kicks out at the last second. Powerhouse Hobbs though, not giving up any momentum. Slings Chris Sabin into the corner. Chris Sabin didn't want him to get the tag though. So Chris Sabin puts him in a DDT. Chris Sabin doing what he did to Samoa Joe, going for the legs. The smartest thing you can do with these big wrestlers is go for the legs. They will not be able to use any of their power lifting you up if their legs are gone. But it looks like it doesn't matter for Powerhouse Hobbs. Goes for the pin. And just at the count of 3. But this doesn't look like it's going to last much longer. Alex Shelley can't enter the ring. He already entered before. He needs a tag. And look at Powerhouse Hobbs. He's doing a little Samoa Joe muscle buster. Samoa Joe top rope. Look at the coup de grace. Imagine a man like Samoa Joe coup de grace-ing you. If that is not the end of the match, I don't know what is. What an ending to the match. A ferocious, we've said it before, ferocious match. The Ops showing why they're the #1 contenders and why they believe they will win this weekend at Survivor Series against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the World Tag Titles. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. I've been informed Ilya Dragunov is coming out to face one of the Undisputed Era members. But which member will it be? We'll be finding out as soon as Ilya Dragunov walks out. The attack on him today was brutal to say the least. Horrifying scenes to look up. A two-on-one gang up is not something you want to see.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov.
What a great theme song. Him and Gunther. Kings of classical songs is their theme song. Speaking of Gunther, he got his old theme back. How hype. If that doesn't mean that he is fighting John Cena, I don't know what does. I'm really upset that he beat Carmelo. I really wanted Carmelo to be the one. It seemed only right. Two Boston people. Carmelo started his NXT journey by saying ruthless aggression, exact same way that John Cena did with Kurt Angle. Carmelo actually said it to Adam Cole in Undisputed, the Undisputed Era. So lovely little full circle moment here. Yeah, really upset. It's not that I don't think Gunther's going to have a bad match against John Cena. But, you know, for John Cena saying he wants to fight someone new, Gunther's pushing 40 and is a two-time world champ and longest IC title reign. So, I mean, I don't know. But here come the Undisputed Era. We haven't seen Adam Cole yet, so Adam Cole might not be a member. But we might see him here. And there's Adam Cole in the back. And it looks like Roderick Strong will be facing Ilya right now. Roderick Strong did most of the work backstage against Ilya Dragunov. Kyle O'Reilly was very much the substitute when Roderick Strong needed to get out. And who can blame him? Roderick Strong, what a great wrestler. I'm surprised he hasn't won a world title yet. Maybe the time's coming. Won, what's the title called? I was going to say the Intercontinental. What's the title in AEW he won? Is it Intercontinental? Very well might be. What a great champion he was. And he would be a great world champion. Great wrestler, great in-ring, great out-of-ring. This is a perfect wrestler. Adam Cole back from neck injury as well. I think he's having neck... Everyone's having fucking neck surgery. Not a good time to be a neck in wrestling. And we'll start this fight. I'm sure Ilya wants his get back after what happened earlier in the show. Crowd's chanting NXT. Two NXT all of these people are really NXT legends. Adam Cole, NXT World Champ, and North America, I think, maybe. Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, I believe they won tag team gold in NXT. Ilya won pretty well everything in NXT he could. Roderick Strong's really putting in the work. This time Ilya is able to get out of it. Lucky for Ilya, he knows some of the moves already. After being attacked, you kind of know already what your opponent might do, which is going to help Ilya massively. It's just, is Ilya at full health? Now Adam Cole walking him around to the other side of the ring, maybe trying to give Roderick Strong some advice while the match is happening. Ilya is able to get out of it again and give him a chop. Ilya is very lucky that he knows the moveset of Roderick Strong, but Adam Cole jumped in to do some extra damage on Ilya, and he is going to get disqualified. We can't see the referee, but Adam Cole is now banished from ringside. It is now just Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Ilya Dragunov. Roderick Strong has Ilya in a headlock. Ilya gets out of it quickly, able to trip Roderick Strong over and get him into the suplex position. He goes for the pin. No good. Ilya with the elbow. And tried for the senton, but no good. Roderick Strong able to roll out. Sends Ilya to the ropes, where he's able to do a power slam. Roderick Strong, as the name says, is insanely strong. He is one of those people that you would not expect to be that strong. Along with Claudio Castagnoli, Cesaro. What a strong man. I feel like I remember seeing a clip of him lift up like fucking Mark Henry or something. That is fucking impressive. I'm gonna Google it while watching this match. Ilya gets Roderick Strong up for a powerbomb, maybe. Beautiful powerbomb. Goes for the pin. I know Cesaro's lifted up a few people. They had a 3-minute match. Cesaro swung the Great Khali. Holy shit. Ilya nearly got the pin. Crazy streak from Cesaro. Maybe I might have to sign Cesaro here. Ilya! Looks like a bit of a black hole slam, bit of a what's it called? Rock bottom. A swinging rock bottom, you could say. Now Ilya, top rope. Lovely little splash onto Roderick Strong. But Ilya's not done though. Or is he? Tries to go for the kick. Roderick Strong able to roll out of it. Roderick Strong flings some Ilya up against the ropes again. Beautiful drop kick, but Ilya was able to avoid it. Ilya with the chop. Roderick Strong reversing it. Grabbed Ilya by the back of the head. Ilya with elbows to the abdomen. Again, Roderick Strong, a punch to the abdomen. These men know each other like the back of their hands. Roderick Strong! Ilya's back has to be destroyed. All the suplexes on the concrete. And now, all the hits to his back. Courtesy of Roderick's knees. And another one. That is nearly 3 in a row for Ilya. Roderick going to the top rope. This could be it. Roderick Strong, drop kick. Looked deadly. Could this be the match? Ilya kicks out at 2. Now Ilya able to roll over Roderick Strong. Like a couple punches. Could be looking for the H-bomb soon. Ilya, second rope. H-bomb maybe. No, goes for the splash. Roderick Strong able to catch him though. Incredible strength and another knee to the side of Ilya. But Ilya is able to roll out and avoid any more extra damage. But it's not for long as Roderick Strong gets him back in the ring again. Perhaps up for a backbreaker. Look at that backbreaker. And there is no way that Ilya can kick out of that. That is insane strength, determination, and will from Ilya. And Ilya is able to kick off Roderick Strong. He's really looking for it now. This could be the match. Torpedo Moscow. Does he go for it? No good. Roderick does not fall to it. Could Ilya be looking for a H-bomb? Goes for the knee to the head instead. Tries to shake up Roderick Strong as best as possible. Ilya, top rope. Little senton action. Roderick Strong getting crushed under Ilya's weight. Elbow by Ilya. And now Roderick Strong crawling to the corner. Kicks Ilya out of it. Roderick Strong with a lariat. Goes for the pin. Not good. Kyle O'Reilly amazed that Ilya has not been able to be finished yet. Roderick Strong. Another attack with the knee. Ilya cannot last much longer. These knee strikes are all going to add up soon. And talk about a knee attack. How about a running knee? And that is the game. Ilya has not had a good night. Ilya is beaten, bruised, battered, and now he has to defend the title at Survivor Series this weekend. Don't know who he's up against right now. Stay tuned to see what the GM decides. But coming up next, Liv Morgan coming out as the Divas Champion. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The new Divas Champion, Liv Morgan, is making her way into the ring. You have to wonder what she'll have to say after a historic win. The first Divas Champion of RFW, the inaugural. She's talking about Survivor Series. Who will she be facing? There's a lot of people backstage. She is one of the greatest women wrestlers right now, and maybe the greatest women's wrestler right now. Mercedes Moné, CEO. 14 titles is about 14 too many if you were to ask me. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about these two women. Mercedes wants a shot at Survivor Series for the title. Liv says, if you can beat me now, you can get that opportunity. And now it's set. Get a referee. Ring the bell. Liv and Mercedes, a non-title match. If Mercedes wins, this is your matchup at Survivor Series. And Liv Morgan tries to go for the kick. Mercedes is able to get out of it. And now Liv Morgan might be looking for a suplex. Mercedes trying to scramble out of it. Can she get out of the grips of Liv Morgan? Liv Morgan going for the roll-up, wants to end this quick, does not want to verse Mercedes at Survivor Series. And who can blame her? This could be 15 titles for Mercedes Moné. That would be historic. Ultimo Moné. And now Mercedes flung out to the ring. Liv Morgan thinking about what she can do next. Mercedes rolls back in. Able to get her in a similar position as she had before. She wouldn't want to suplex her unless she's planning on suplexing her out of the ring. Doing a Brock Lesnar and just throwing her. Mercedes able to get out of it this time. Puts her into a headlock on the ground though. Mercedes wrenching in this headlock. And Liv Morgan able to get out of it. Liv Morgan focusing on the leg of Mercedes Moné. A lot of focus on the legs in this episode of RFW. Mercedes able to kick out. The legs aren't going just yet. What a drop kick to the back of Liv Morgan. Also, two very small wrestlers. Mercedes Moné a little bit taller. But I would argue Liv Morgan is a little quicker. The smarter of the two women's wrestlers is up to whoever decides it. And a neck breaker. You could argue either one of these women is smarter than the other. Mercedes throws Liv Morgan back in the ring. Might have been trying to throw her into the stairs to do a little bit of extra damage. But Mercedes Moné, lovely moonsault onto Liv Morgan. Got that from Charlotte Flair. One of the four horsemen. We've seen Becky Lynch. Could we see the other two horsemen? Could we see a potential match down the line for the Divas Champion maybe? Divas Championship. Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley and Becky. That would be something. Liv Morgan laying in the chops. Let me know in the comments what your order of favourite horsewomen is. I would go... Becky's definitely number one for me. I think Charlotte might be at the bottom. And then I think Bayley and Mercedes are interchangeable. I think if we're talking just about WWE, I like Bayley a little more. But I think if we're talking about work outside of the ring, especially for Mercedes Moné in independence and in AEW especially, I think it's hard to say that Bayley is better than Mercedes Moné. Liv Morgan. Little, what is that, face breaker? Code breaker? Liv Morgan looking to end it. Oblivion. I'm pretty sure that is just the Oblivion in this game. So I'm just going to call that the Oblivion. Mercedes kicks out at 2.9. The best start here. You see the signs. We have the greatest fans in the world. This is truly where the best wrestle. And we're seeing that right now. Liv Morgan. Going to the second rope. Mercedes rolls out though. Very smart of Mercedes. That is that veteran instinct coming in. But Liv Morgan is still able to get a hold of her. But Mercedes able to throw Liv over her back. Goes for the pin. No good. Liv Morgan throws her off instantly. Still has a lot left in her. Goes for the pin again. Every kick out, she is exhausting energy. But this time Mercedes tries to get her foot on the rope. But Liv Morgan is not having a bit of it. Counters on counters. Mercedes running Bulldog. Goes for the pin again. Really going for the pin a lot. Really trying to wear out Liv Morgan. More she wears her out, the more she will be ready for maybe a bank statement that we might see. Once the bank statement's in, Liv Morgan might be too tired to do anything but tap out. And in that scenario, Mercedes would win and she will go to Survivor Series. And a backbreaker. I didn't even think about the backbreaker. Two women who have used the backbreaker to great effect. And look at the bank statement. This could be it. Could Liv Morgan tap? She's tired. The constant pins. Liv Morgan is able to get out of it. But she looks tired. How much does Liv Morgan really have left in her tank? As the Divas champion, you need a lot. Beautiful monkey flip. Liv Morgan looking maybe for another Oblivion. Balances on the ropes, just misses Mercedes. A mistake like that can do a lot of damage. Mercedes tried to do the same thing again. Missed. Mercedes with the elbow. Grabs the back of the neck of Liv Morgan. Drags her to the top left corner. Tilt-a-whirl DDT off the second rope. Liv Morgan rolls out. Needs to try and catch her breath. The constant pins from Mercedes Moné is certainly wearing her out. You can see it in the demeanor of Liv Morgan. The way she's acting, the way she's standing up, her attacks. She is not 100% right now. And Mercedes tried to go for the splash. Liv Morgan was able to roll out in just enough time. Liv goes for the arms. Maybe trying to stop Mercedes from putting in a bank statement. That'll do a lot of damage. Attacking the arms. Liv Morgan tried to go for a kick. Mercedes was able to stop it. Mercedes laying in punches. A little wheelbarrow arm drag. Throws Liv across the ring. Mercedes looks like she might be dragging her into the middle of the ring. That's the veteran instinct. Does not want Liv Morgan to touch a rope. And she goes for the bank statement. This could be it. Look at the arch on the back. Liv Morgan has to tap out. Mercedes putting it in and Liv Morgan taps. Ladies and gentlemen, your matchup for Survivor Series. Liv Morgan puts the Divas title on the line against the CEO, Mercedes Moné. What a great win for Mercedes Moné in her RFW debut. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with our next matchup. The penultimate match before the main event. Toni Storm Open Challenge. The Elite coming out before their trios match. And look at the trios belts.
It's scheduled for one fall.
One
Making
fall.
his way to the ring, representing the tribe from Virginia, weighing in at 215 pounds, the Action Champion, Adam Page.
Adam Page in a 1v1 against one of the members of the Bullet Club. Young Bucks will be sitting ringside though. You'd be surprised if they don't get involved in this match somehow and maybe they get barred from ringside. But the same could be said about the Bullet Club members. Hangman ready for his opponent. Who will he be facing in a 1v1 match before Survivor Series? AJ Styles is looking ready for a fight. Too sweet. Bullet Club 4444 life.
And his opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 200.
The gay community.
The phenomenal AJ Styles.
I wonder what Finn Balor and Kenny Omega think about their popularity within the LGBTQ community. The gay community? What a great clip of fucking AJ Styles, man. Holy shit. Play, editing Bailey, play the clip right now.
The question for AJ, I was just wondering how you feel about your large following in the gay community.
The gay community?
That's just... Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that clip. The gay community? Why is he so angry? Oh my god. I think that was on Dave Meltzer's radio show back in the day. And the other fucking guy, what's his name? Brian Alcatraz or something like that. What's his name? Alcatraz. Something like that. Big match feel here. AJ and Hangman Adam Page. Never faced each other before, I believe. But I'm not sure. Hangman Adam Page went for the DDT, but AJ knows it all too well. Just like Taylor Swift, and goes for the leg sweep. Have they actually ever versed each other? AJ goes for the knee. They have! Wait, have they? Or no, this is just a WWE. Someone else doing it on WWE. Fucking fell for it. And now AJ Styles has him in the chokehold. I would actually argue two men who have big followings in the gay community. Not that I would know. And there's nothing wrong with it either. But I imagine Hangman Adam Page would also have a big following in the gay community. And the chop. Adam Page begging for another. Lays it into AJ Styles, but AJ able to lay one back. Just an absolute chop fest, and it looks like the Young Bucks trying to add a chair into the equation. Will Hangman use it? They just start wailing on each other. We were talking about Ferocious this whole time. Look at these guys, and Hangman beating the lifeless body of AJ Styles. The referee noticed the chair. Smart referee, able to take it out of the ring before Hangman was able to use it. And a little exploder suplex into the corner. Hangman goes for the pin. No good. Hangman whipping AJ, but AJ able to reverse it. AJ went for the drop kick. And now Hangman going for the pin. No good. AJ kicks out instantly. A veteran like AJ, his tank is massive. You know what else is massive? Low taper fade. Hangman goes for the elbow. Finn Balor tried to stop him. Hangman, top rope with the cowboy boots. Leg drop onto AJ. Goes for the pin. And AJ is able to kick out. AJ has a lot of resistance on his side. He has been hit with just about every finisher in the business. But Hangman goes for the sharpshooter. Will AJ tap? Will we see another tap out? No, AJ able to push up off of it. He does grab his back though. Goes for the arm wringer though. Arm wringer, arm drag, same fucking shit to me. AJ. Neck breaker to Adam Page. And now Hangman taking the brunt of the damage. AJ. No, I don't know what the first move's called, but the last one looks like a Russian leg, a little bit of a Russian leg sweep. Hangman crawling up the turnbuckle, and AJ getting a running start, it looks like. Finn Balor removes the padding from the turnbuckle in the corner. The referee, what a great referee, noticing everything. The chair thrown in by Generation Me. And now the padding removal by Finn Balor. Young Bucks might have been trying to stop AJ. Didn't work though, as AJ just hit Adam Page with a tilt-a-whirl DDT. A brain buster to Adam Page. Not the first time he's taken a brain buster. And kicks out at 1. AJ goes for the pin again. We were just talking about this in the Mercedes vs. Liv match. Go for as many pins as you can. Wear out your opponent. The only difference between winning and losing is your opponent's conditioning. And any way you can halt that conditioning, you should absolutely take. And now AJ rolling out of the ring, trying to restore some of the fuel he's used. But Adam Page going to the top turnbuckle and AJ is able to miss the lariat. But Hangman gets it a couple elbows. AJ stops the honor ringer from happening, but it looks like Hangman Adam Page might do the exact same thing here. Couple punches to the abdomen. The referee is at 6. Another count out. Could you imagine it? Hangman tries to throw AJ back in, but AJ says no. Thought we might have been looking for a fucking lariat. That's what I thought was going to happen with him standing next to the ring. I feel like I'm commentating. I'm more AFL commentator than I am like a Michael Cole commentator. I feel like I talk a lot more than Michael Cole. And Michael Cole's great. AJ, is that a phenomenal forearm? Could that be the end of the match? I definitely feel like I'm more of an AFL commentator, the fast speaking, quick, where Michael Cole is a bit more methodical with what he says, I think. You could argue a lot like what this match is. AJ, methodical, where Hangman is just in there to do the damage and get the job done. And it looks like Hangman dragging AJ Styles to the middle of the mat, might be looking for a sharpshooter. And AJ stuck in a sharpshooter. Adam bending the back so much, AJ had to tap. 2 tap outs in RFW tonight.
Here is your winner.
And now, you would argue the Bucks have an advantage. The Bucks and Adam Page have an advantage going into their Survivor Series match. But we won't know until Sunday when they face each other. Stay tuned for the main event. Toni Storm in an open challenge. See who will accept it. Welcome back from the ads. We now have Toni Storm, the main event, open challenge. Who will accept the invitation to the ring?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Auckland, New Zealand, the WWE Women's Champion, Toni Storm.
And in the words of Toni Storm, my God, what a woman. Her and Mina, probably the favourites to win the tag titles in AEW, I'm not going to lie. I don't really know. I really wanted it to be Willow and Harley Cameron. I feel like Willow has not really won a title. I think she won the women's TNT title, maybe? Not TNT, TBS. Maybe, I might be wrong though, but I feel like Willow deserves one. And the acceptor of the open challenge, none other than the Empress of Tomorrow, one of the best theme songs. You can't hide. Destiny's waiting all over the sky. Even she's loving my singing. You can't hide, man.
Japan.
If you were to ask me on my opinion on Asuka, which I don't know why you would, I think she is one of the best women's wrestlers we've ever seen. If you were to ask Goldberg, of his opinion on Asuka, I don't think he would have a good thing to say about her, given their recent history. He just does not like Asuka. How did he even pronounce Asuka's name wrong? He was like Asuka or something like that. It was so dumb. Oh, I hate Goldberg. My favorite wrestler of all time is Bret Hart, so I gotta hate Goldberg just a little. But no, he was a cunt to Asuka. He was like, some Japanese girl, whatever. And I'm like, what, cunt? Just some random Japanese girl. I think even Scott Hall said something, and Scott Hall was like, you are 10 times better than Goldberg. Which is very fucking funny. Asuka's gonna kill you. You never heard Goldberg having chant. Oh, I mean, you literally did have Goldberg chant. Goldberg! Goldberg! But I like Asuka's gonna kill you a little more. And Asuka might just be able to end the reign of Toni Storm. If she did, Asuka would be looking for a competitor at Survivor Series. Would most likely hold an open challenge at Survivor Series. That could be something to see. But I can't imagine Toni Storm would want to lose the title just yet. And Toni really putting in the work on the arm of Asuka. This match will be all about if Toni can handle the intense and quick nature of Asuka. If there's one thing about Asuka, she is quick in the ring and she is ferocious. Which, gotta pull a bit of a Mark Briscoe. The word of the day is ferocious. Maybe I do it like Mark Briscoe. The word of the day is ferocious. Oh, what do you hear Mark Briscoe say ferocious with his list? Ferocious. That was like a Ricochet laugh. Absolutely ferocious night of RFW. That's what the F's stand for. Real ferocious wrestling. And look at Asuka. I need a sip of water by how thirsty I'm getting from this match. This is actually a low-key dream match. I think this would be a goated match. Asuka were ever to leave WWE and go to AEW. I'd love to see it. Do you reckon they already did? Toni was in WWE. Am I an idiot? I need like a statistician right next to me to be like, hey, this has actually happened, by the way. Toni Storm versus Asuka. I keep getting debated by these fucking 2K 2025 videos where people just make it happen. Keep getting juked by it. And now Asuka, look at that. Modified suplex. Looked like a front-facing suplex, you could say. And Asuka whipping Toni against the ring. A bit of leapfrog here. But Toni able to come back with a lariat. And then coffin drop. Shout out to Darby Allin. And goes for a kick to the stomach and then to the head. We are still yet to find out who Toni Storm will be facing at Survivor Series. And the leg drop to Asuka. Could be anyone backstage, you never know. Toni Storm! A little bit of a Shining Wizard maybe. Shining Wizard with a bit more ferocity to the kick. And a lovely, I was going to say a rock bottom again. But you can say it's a bookend as well. Bookend? Is that what Booker T's is called? Bookend? Or whatever, what's Trick Williams is called? Toni Storm. Lovely little flipping powerbomb. This ref has refereed every single match, I think. And you've got to respect the grind. He has been in this ring for like nearly an hour and a half. And Asuka tried to go for a jumping back kick. Didn't work though. Gets Toni in a suplex position. Doesn't work though. Toni whips Asuka against the ropes. Goes for a little RKO. Toni Storm. Loving it. Asuka's looking out of options. Toni Storm into the top left corner. Asuka goes. Toni goes to get a run up. Lovely little clothesline into a bulldog, but it looks like Asuka might have pushed push Tony off a little. Asuka tries to go for a drop kick, no good. Tony with a lariat off of the second rope does connect though. Asuka is just unlucky so far this match. Little H-bomb looked like from Tony. And I'm getting word from the GM, which is myself, that at Survivor Series, Ilya Dragunov will be versing Adam Cole. But the news I can share here is that Undisputed Era will be banned from ringside. Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly must stay in Gorilla to watch the match happen. Which you've got to ask, does it influence the outcome? Does it give Ilya a little boost? Or will Adam Cole still be victorious, baby? I'd love to see Adam Cole do one of these on his YouTube channels. Just make his own wrestling company. That would go hard. I would watch the shit out of that. I'd also watch the shit out of a new Monday Night Walker if he ever wanted to upload again. This whole series is inspired by Monday Night Walker and he's not even making them anymore. Now Asuka teasing Tony a little. Tony gets back in the ring though, and Tony. If that's not the end, Asuka is a different beast. Asuka seen grabbing the leg there. Tony laying a kick to the back. Could she be getting ready for a powerbomb? Weakening Asuka. I think she is. A flipping powerbomb. The ref goes for the count. And Tony is still the champ. Who will she face at Survivor Series? And look who it is. Asuka's best friend, Io Sky. Could this be the match at Survivor Series? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word from the GM. This will be the matchup for Tony at Survivor Series. We have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre versus MJF. A triple threat match. We then have the women's champion Toni Storm facing off against Io Sky, which would be nothing but a barn burner. As mentioned earlier tonight, the Ops, who are to win against Motor City Machine Guns, a brutal win against Motor City Machine Guns, will be facing Kevin and Sammy for the tag titles. And then, as mentioned before, Ilya and Adam Cole will be facing off for the Intercontinental with no Undisputed Era members at ringside. Liv Morgan and Mercedes Moné, after Mercedes won tonight with the bank statement, will be facing Liv Morgan this Sunday. And then we have the triple threat tournament. The Elite versus the Bullet Club for the titles. And then our first matchup is the Nation of Domination versus the Aussie Authority. Two big nations, Australia and the Nation of Domination, versing each other. Nation of Domination, Omos, Swerve, Oba, and Carmelo Hayes. Which three will go into this match? And the Aussie Authority, it'd be none other than Bronson Reed, Kyle Fletcher, and Grayson Waller. The second matchup, a tale as old as time. Bloodline, New Day. The Usos, Solo, Kofi, Xavier, Big E. A match you'd never thought you'd see again. The winner of those two matches will go into War Games against each other for the number one contendership against whoever wins it, the Elite or the Bullet Club. There may be more matches to be added. The surprises are coming out of everywhere. But one thing for sure, you do not want to miss this show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the last RFW before Survivor Series. I hope to see you at Survivor Series. This is going to be a great card and a great night. Have a good night, have a good day, good afternoon, wherever you are. And I'll see you here Sunday for Survivor Series.